What's up, fellow collectors? P-Rock's back again for a different review. This is something different. I never thought I would be doing reviews on an actual Playmate figure. Playmates figure. It's been a while since I bought a brand new Playmates figure. But since I saw this new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie and I brought my family with me, my son enjoyed it so much that we saw them by Target. So Target actually had these in stock. I guess there's some of them were exclusive to Target. I didn't realize all that stuff. But so when I picked up a few for him, of course I had to get him the 4 turtles. I was like, hey, you know what? It's been a while since I actually bought a Playmates turtle figures, like from something new from like TV, cartoon, anything. And I actually enjoyed the movie, so I was like, you know what? Let me get me like a copy for me, at least one of each. And I actually picked up the tots too, so those are pretty cool. I'll throw those in one of the final polls. But having my son, open this with my son and having played them so far, they seem pretty cool. But now I can finally open up my copies and get my hands on there, see if these things are worth it. If you're a turtle fan, I think so, because the movie was pretty good. But let's see in this review if these figures are worth picking up if you're a turtle fan. Before we do that, please hit that like, subscribe button, click that bell notification. So anyways, with that in mind, I'm somewhat excited to open these. Like, I'm kind of curious, like, should I have not done this or whatnot? But let's get this review started. Dale. What's up, fellow collectors? Die action. Dale. Alright, so now we got all 4 figures laid out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging before we get the figures out. So over here we got Donnie, we got Donatello there. And he was pretty cool in the movie. Now I'm just gonna, like I said, this review is gonna be based on the actual figures. I'm not reviewing the movie, I'm not doing that. Like I said, I enjoyed the movie. But yeah, you get the cool Teenage Turtles Mutant Mayhem there, Nickelodeon right here. Donatello the brains, ages 4 and up, Playmates. Get the little like the old school kind of packaging in the back where they have like the swords and the swords bricks breaking down and everything. Then right here you got all the other figures in the line that they got so far. So probably gonna get none of these. One thing I don't like about these, I wasn't gonna get Rocksteady and Bebop at least, but in the figure form, the scale is way off. These dudes are the same size, almost like maybe a little bit shorter than the turtles. In the movie, they were a lot bigger, so definitely not gonna get that. I'll pause that. I'll bring this in, pause this if you guys want to read that. Then same thing right here, if you want to read that. But yeah, there you go. So collect them all. This is like old school packaging right here. Gives me that vibe. So I said when I picked this up for my son, I was like, damn man, this kind of has been a while. I picked up something that felt like this. So I was like, might as well just grab some for me. I'm a turtle fan. Try and get him into it, so that way. Yeah. So here's Leonardo. Same packaging away, just different art style, obviously. Figure, the leader. Same thing in the back. I'll pause this. Bring it in, pause it, read that. Same thing over here. Oh, that's the same thing right there. All right, yep. So same figures. He was cool. Actually, I think they were all pretty cool. All these were cool in the movie. And we got Raphael here. Same thing, just different. Just has him there. I guess going forward, he's gonna have the whole bandana type thing covering his head. And the angry one, yeah, has my boy right there. We got that. I'll pause that for you right there. You want to take a picture, pause it, read it. All right, and then we got Michelangelo right here. There we go. Nice picture of Michelangelo, the entertainer. Here we go. He was cool too in the movie. All right, so we got Mikey, the comedian. See, so something different. Oh, they're all different. So Raphael's the angry one. Oh, Ralph likes to break things. All right, yeah, so I didn't read those. Yeah, so here's the packaging. Nice, cool packaging. Old school vibe and feel. Gives me that, nostalgia feel when I used to buy these when I was a kid for myself, or have some, my brother or my mom buy it for me. But yeah, so all right, so let's go ahead and I guess get these out. So actually, I'm trying to think now. We'll skip the whole thing so you actually see everything that's in there. So we'll just get everything out and laid out so you'll see what comes in these figures. Now we have the turtles laid out, all the accessories that come in the package with each individual turtle. And one thing right away that gives me the nostalgia feel are these right here. If you remember, the original Playmates had these. Even Super 7 continued it. I think Super 7 actually has them also with the turtles when they sell their turtles. But the difference is, in the past, Playmates had like the basically doubles of the weapons they have, like the nunchucks right here, but just not painted. This one's different, you know. Definitely won't be using any of these because I don't feel like painting this stuff. So, but it's cool to have. I'll keep it intact. Each turtle comes with their own individual ones. You can see different colors, different weapons. These things are crooked as hell. What the hell? I don't know about that, but all right. And then you got this one right here. Just show you guys real quick what comes with what. Not even sure why they will have. I mean, the only thing I can see is these are probably weapons that other people use. They didn't really use most of these weapons in the movie. So there you go. Each one has their own individual one. And then let's go ahead and grab the turtle. So let's go in order and let's look at Donatello first. So Donatello has the glasses on already. These can be taken off. I know already because my son already almost lost his. But these can be taken off. And one thing to take in consideration, when I was basically buying these, you have to kind of look at them because some of them had incomplete paint application on there. So make sure you grab the one that looks the best for you. And another thing is, I noticed that these joints, if you notice here, when they were packaged in the packaging, they were backwards. So like basically like the elbow wouldn't bend this way. So it was kind of like sideways. So just be careful when you take the figures out of the packaging and make sure you adjust all the joints to make sure, you know, you don't break any pieces in the future. But let's look at Donatello real quick. So Donatello has a little fanny pack, the cell phone right there, his package there. This does not move. This is stuck on there, so you cannot actually, maybe you could. I don't want to mess with it though. The bandanas is like a soft plastic, soft malleable plastic right there. It doesn't twist, I don't think, right here. Let's see. No, it doesn't twist. So they're stuck one way. Donatello got the little smirk. You can see the shell in the back. This is where his bow staff will go in. Yeah, this is kind of ugly, but this is to, you know, for the articulation, to kind of help articulate. So there goes Donatello. Now let's go ahead and look at Leonardo. So Leonardo from the movie, as you can see, had a bigger bandana. More of the smirk right here. You see the Leonardo sign there with the ninja stars on there. And for cheap toys, I would say this is actually painted pretty good. It actually looks like metal. So I do like that. That's something different. And you can see from the back here. Here he has the sheets for his swords. This is completely different because I could have sworn. I don't know, but and the other turtles, it's never been this high. It's usually a little bit lower. So this is a little different. It has a little big bulk in the back. The color palette on these turtles look good. You see Leonardo there. Got his weird pegs in the bottom. So there's Leonardo. Hey, well, I got him. Let's look through articulation. They all have this particular, almost the same body, except for Raphael's a little bit bigger. But let's just go ahead and look at the articulation real quick while we got Leonardo here. So the arms can go fully up. Same thing here. You do see those joints there, but like remember, these are cheaper toys or figures, so I was expecting high quality. It's just something different I want to try out. So, all right, so you get the single bend elbow, and you don't get any twist, only at the upper shoulder, none at the bicep, as you can see there. And then you do get twist at the wrist and at the elbow. So let's put his arm this way. So let's go ahead and put the arm all the way up. He can go all the way up, pretty far back. You do get hindered with the shell. So there you go. You don't have any twist at the waist. There you go. So let's see. And then the head can go 360. Bandanas are stuck in this form. It don't come with extra bandanas, so they're basically just stuck in that form. Head could look up, can look down pretty good. Sideways, pivot. All right, the legs. Now these are different. These are weird because you see the joint right here. So you kind of have to, the only way to kind of get them up is to twist them. So you got to twist them to get them up that way, or you twist them, but you can't really go up. So you already scrape paint there. So you can see I already scraped paint on that leg right there. So this is like if I was say from articulation wise, this is the least part I like. This is the part I like the least. So like, just weird. All right, so then the knees. You do get bend at the knee, single bend. You get there. You get twist at the ankle, but no pivot. Just twist. And it's one of those funky ankles where basically it looks off if you don't have it lined right. So that's always going to bother me with OCD. Ooh, yeah, my nail got dirty there. Gotta clean that off. Anyway, sorry about my nail. I was doing some work in our house real quick. All right, and then We got the arms, we did that, articulation right here. So yeah, the legs are very limited. And you do get a twist at the thigh and at the knee. There you go. All right, so there's articulation. Basic, simple figures, cheaper figures. So there you go. Now let's look at Raphael real quick. Raphael is the bigger guy of the group. He seems to have the only one with a different body. Donatello maybe a little bit different, but he is the bigger turtle. And like I said, now it's like the big thing. Now Raphael has the whole thing covering his head. So it is what it is. You got the scratches right here on his shell. A little more scratches going through the shell. A little pouch here. This is the part where you put the size in. It's a little awkward because when you put it here, I'll show you real quick. Because they're pretty bulky. And then you put them in there. And then look how that looks. You can barely put the hands down. So it looks a little too big. And as you can see, I already have paint defect on one of my sides right here. As you can see there. So the paint chipped off there. So I'm going to retouch that up with some paint. So let's look at Raphael's body real quick. They all have the same articulation. They have the same joints. So it's pretty much the same articulation going across. And Raphael has the R there. Not complete R, but whatever. Then he has a shell in the back. You got the little legal information in here. You can see right there. And there you go. So there's Raphael. And Michelangelo. Here's Michelangelo now. Michelangelo is like the happier one of all of them. He has basically the oval type head, if you see here. So they kind of made his head a little bit bigger. Same thing, bandana does not move. Now, one thing I want to say too with Michelangelo, these nunchucks are kind of weird. Look at how big those chains are. And then when you do clip them in here, you'll see right here, you have to kind of open this up right here. It doesn't fully clip onto that one, so you kind of have to go across and then clip it over here on this one like that. But then it looks funny with the chains going up. You have like that. So what I tend to do is, I'm not sure if this is the right way or not, but I just do it with the chains going down because it looks more realistic that way with gravity. I know this is not realistic figures or not, but it looks a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit better with the chains going down. But I'm not a big fan of the way these nunchucks were made and these little clips right here. So it is what it is. Like I said, cheaper figures. I just wanted to get these in hand to have a new Ninja Turtle figure for the first time. You know, something new that came out. So Michelangelo has the same belt design as the other turtles. There's a little metallic paint right there. You could look through his shell. Same thing right there across. Same type of articulation. Head moves and everything. There we go. Those weird feet. Or I'm sorry, leg joints and stuff. There you go. There's Michelangelo. Happy as ever. So let's go ahead and look at the weapons. So the weapons, real quick. So I showed you in the back. So then they would just easily slide in here. And then even when they're in his hand, they look kind of funky. Look how big those things are. So and then you can't really move it or bend this or move it. Because if you do, you're going to basically put strain on it and break it. So you can't really do much with the nunchucks. So it is what it is. Like I said, I wasn't expecting much. Just wanted to have these in hand. And then each one does come with a baby turtle form. And they all match the color palette that they come with. I'll show you real quick Raphael of how he looks with the size on, or how you put the size on real quick. Boom, there you go. And then his turtle matches his skin color. And then you have Leonardo's. And then I'll show you real quick his sheath action. There we go. Let's go this way. So there you go. So that looks pretty cool right there. You put it in there. Get that out. And then it easily goes in his hand. As you can see, just like that. Easily goes in there. So the weapons are very easy to swap in and swap out. The Donatello. His turtle. And then his bow staff easily slides into here. So you got the bow staff on his back. And not only that, I forgot to mention, he does come with a pair of headphones. So you can either put it on him or just have it on his pouch right here. Or somewhere on the side over here. You could scoop it, like kind of sling it in here also. Just be careful because it's plastic. I don't want this to break for you guys. Just be careful with that. But you could basically put it all over him. And that's really about it. That's everything they come with. All the accessories, limited accessories. These, like I said, I'll never use. I'll keep them intact just for collection purposes. All right, so let's go ahead and get some size comparison started. And there we have all 4 turtles staying there for a size comparison. So let's go ahead and get the size comparison started. I'm going to bring in all Ninja Turtle figures except for one at the end. So the first one I'm going to start off with is the Playmates Leonardo. Then let's go ahead and bring in the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon Leonardo. If you're a turtle fan, I'm pretty sure you got one of these in your collection if you want to grab these turtles. Then let's bring in the newer NECA Jim Lawson Leonardo. And then on the turtle side, last but not least, let's go ahead and bring in the NECA movie turtles from the first one, Leonardo. So there we go. Now, the one I'm going to bring in at the end is not Ninja Turtles. This is going to be the SH Figure Arts Goku. I'll put him in the front since I ran out of space right here. Don't fall on me, Google. There we go. All right, good size comparison with all turtles and one Goku. Just in case you have any of these figures in your collection, you may want to pick up these Playmates Mutant Mayhem turtle figures. All right, let's go ahead and get the final thoughts and final poses. All right, so in this final pose, I kind of want to incorporate the cartoon turtles with this newer Mutant Mayhem turtles. As you can see there, I got it set up there so each one is interacting with their counterpart. You see there, Raphael, both Raphaels are practicing their mean stares as they gain their size, ready for action. Of course, you got the party boys right here. You got the Michelangelo. You got Michelangelo, the cartoon one with the pizza in his hand, still in his disguise. And then you see the Mutant Mayhem Michelangelo surprised of the better quality nunchuck that Michelangelo has. And he's surprised and excited. And you can see him on the skateboard too. He's so surprised and excited, he's not even eating the pizza. And then coming around here, you have the Donatellos. I still have him in disguise too. But you can see both Donatellos holding their bow staff in the same position. And Mutant Mayhem Donatello sharing the headphones with cartoon Donatello. I wonder what they listen to. I know it's going to be some freaking BTS stuff because Donatello loves that in that damn new movie, which annoys me, but it is what it is. It's for the kids nowadays anyways. So coming across there, oh yeah, you still see the UFO pizza right there. That pizza box with the nice pizza inside there. And coming around the other side, you see Leonardo right there. The cartoon Leonardo showing the Mutant Mayhem Leonardo how a real sword looks. The quality, the sharpness, the edges. Look at Leo surprised. So surprised that he threw his sword on the floor. It's like, whoa, look at this thing right here. Now, like Crocodile Dundee said, sword. Now, this is a knife. This is what you call a knife. So this is what you call a sword right here. So, yep, there goes all the turtles together. One minor thing so far with these turtles are they are kind of a pain in the butt to get standing because the way those weird joints on the hips, for some reason, you can't pull the legs forward too much because of the shells. So when you have them stand, they kind of tend to, like the upper body kind of leans back a little bit. So they're kind of a pain in the butt to stand, and the limited articulation at the ankles. There's no pivot. So because of that, you're not really many times going to have both feet flat. So just a few minor issues right there. But they all look cool together so far, especially with the cartoon turtles as you see here. So in one of the final poses, I wanted to get the turtle tots in there. I did pick those up also because they just look too damn cool to like not pick up while I was there. And I think, if I remember correctly, they may have been Target exclusives. I'm not 100% sure. But I want to keep them posed up the same way they were posed as their tots. Just to get like a one final display here, because I think this is super cool right here. This is one thing I do like right here. Look at Raphael. Look how big and chunky Raphael was. Look at that. Look at that head. Look at Donatello's head. Like, dude, like, when I saw it, I was like, what the heck? Look at the size of these kids' heads, yo. Like, that thing shrunk big time compared to Donatello. Michelangelo's, his head's still somewhat the same. But I think this is a cool addition to the collection. If you pick up this line, I would recommend picking up the tots because the tots are just too damn cool to give up on, and they go perfectly with the teenage versions of the turtles. And not only that, like everything matches up. Like the weapons match up, the color of the weapons match up, the colors of their skin tone match up. So it just looks real cool together. And just want to add that in one of the final poses. And I'm happy I was able to grab those. If I remember correctly, I think the tots were $10 for a 2-pack. So definitely try that out, check it out. Pick it up if you can. And this is probably all I'm gonna pick up in this line. I may just grab a Splinter and that's it. Going forward, but it's a cool line, and it's something, if you're a turtle fan, I would see this being in your collection. And maybe just have a shelf with your Playmates only, like the lower end like line of these figures right here, price wise. So just kind of had that there, but it is cool just to have a historical thing in your collection with the new Turtles, and just the movie was pretty fun and good. And for the last time, here are the four brothers with some of the weapons equipped, just having a good time, regular pose there. Real quick, those headphones for Donatello are almost impossible to get on his head. I tried to get it squeezed on there. It kept knocking the glasses off. And eventually I got it on there, but then when I put him down, it just like shot off his head real quick. Then I also tried seeing if I could put the headphones around his neck, but because of the way his head and the bandana and the shell and the thickness of the top portion, like the middle portion of the headphones, you're not able to get it like around his neck. So just the only thing you can really do is keep it in his hands or put it on his fanny pack or something like that. But it's just, like I said, I wasn't expecting much from these figures coming in because they were on the cheaper end. But just, I wish some of the articulation at the ankles was a little bit better. Kind of give us some pivot at the ankles to have them stand a little bit better. And just in general, like some of the joints could be a little bit better for posing wise. They're just, it takes some time to try to get them standing up evenly without falling over, especially on a turntable. And they look pretty cool. I'm saying, in my opinion, they look pretty cool. Not my definite version of the Turtles. I still love the original Turtles more, the cartoon version. I love what NECA's doing with the Mirage line. Playmates has this right here currently. I would love to see NECA get this line right here because I can actually see NECA giving these figures a little more better detail and articulation because they usually knock out the park when it comes to the movie stuff and the cartoon stuff. So I could definitely see NECA knocking this out the park. I kind of wish they do give this to us. So just because of that, I'm not sure if NECA is going to get this line. I had to pick up some kind of representation of the Turtles from the Mutant Mayhem because going in, like I said before, wasn't expecting much in the movie. I wasn't expecting to like the movie, and I actually did enjoy it. So just to kind of get memory from there and the fact that my son loved the movie, I wanted to have some kind of representation in my collection with the Mutant Mayhem. Like I said before earlier in the review, this is probably as far as I'll go. I would have loved to get into villains, but the villains, their size compared to these Turtles, it doesn't fit because in the movie they were a lot bigger. In the toy form, they're about the same height as the Turtle, Bebop Rocksteady. I would love to have gotten Bebop Rocksteady, but I just don't like the way they sized them up in their figure form. So, like I said, this is as far as I'll go right here. I'm looking forward, if you did see the movie, I'm looking forward to what they're going to do going forward. I kind of hope they age the Turtles a little bit more because after the post-credit scene, you are in for a treat because part 2 is coming and one of our boys is back. But with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed this review. I kind of hope you enjoyed the figures. Like I said, I know these are lower end, so if you were on the fence against these figures, I would say it's basically up to you. It depends how the movie hit you and affected you and how you felt coming away from the movie. And it just depends how you feel having some of the cheaper Playmate figures in kind of collection mixed up with your NECA figures. More of the premium high end, not money-wise, but, just detail-wise, packaging, and then just how the figures look and accessories. I do wish they did come with swappable hands, at least some kind of closed hands, because when you have the weapons on their sheath or equipped on them, they kind of have to basically be posed with those open hands, like the open fist hands. So just a few more things that would have been cool to come with these to kind of make them better, but just looking at them, they do feel cool, and I am kind of happy for picking these up and don't regret the purchase. It's up to you if you guys want them or not. I hope NECA does this line right here, but until then, this is the only way you can get these Turtles. So I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit that like, subscribe button, click that bell notification, and as always, collectors, keep collecting, stay safe, be good, dale.